I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Tiger Tyagarajan. He is the CEO at Genpact. Tiger, wonderful to have you here and in
so
person.
It's so good to be back in person.
We've done a couple of these interviews. We've done it over Zoom
during
the pandemic, but now we are here in person.
It's only when you're back you realize what you missed.
Yes, exactly. Well, great to have you here in person talking with me.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So we have a lot to talk about.
Yep.
So Tiger, I want to ask you, tell me about your company's unique model that's helping global Fortune 500 companies drive growth and efficiencies. And also, what are some of the challenges that you're helping them solve?
Oh my God. The world we are in, Judy, as you know, every company in every industry across the globe is facing inflation that they've never seen in their lifetime.
Right.
A global geopolitical conflict. They can't get talent. Compensation keeps increasing, and of course, supply chain challenges across the board.
Yep.
Semiconductors we've all heard of, but think about corn and think about maize and wheat and energy prices. And the problem is you don't know how it's all going to end, when it's going to end. And that's what every one of our clients is dealing with. And therefore it raises the challenge of how do I deal with the short term today, but at the same time I want to build resilience for the long term. The word resilience has become so central to conversations these days, actually over the last 2 years in the pandemic, but now it's pretty real. So people say, solve for the short term, but also help me build resilience for the long term, and that's a combination of cost and efficiency and working capital and so on, but also business model changes, driving growth, digital transformation, all of that.
Right. Right. All right, so now you're talking to CEOs every day. Tell me, what are some of the lessons you have for businesses to thrive in today's uncertain business environment?
So it's something that we have thought a lot about over the years, and the pandemic revealed it again. And I think today's environment once again shows the importance of agility. The reality is, Judy, you can't plan for the next 1 year, let alone people talking about the next 5-year plan.
Right.
We think it's important to be able to respond to changes and volatility. Demand goes up somewhere that you didn't expect.
Right.
You want to access that demand. Supply becomes a challenge somewhere else. You want to make sure you have a resilient supply chain that you shift. So one is agility, and the second is, do you really understand the signals you're getting? They may be very weak signals on demand or on supply or on challenges that you still don't see because it's very foggy, but if you pick it up early enough, you can respond. So we think about those two things, and at the core of that, it's data. So the importance of data has become way bigger than it used to be.
Okay. All right, so now tell me, what's the secret to winning the talent war amid trends like quiet quitting and the great resignation?
I guess I have to start with purpose. I think enterprises need to have a purpose that they can articulate that actually excites people's minds, but more importantly, their hearts. The more you think about Gen Zs and those types of people coming into the workforce, you realize that they actually don't just want to earn a paycheck. They want to know, what does the company stand for? Do they actually walk the talk on climate, on social and ESG and so on, and protecting the planet? And also, do the leaders actually live by those things that they talk about, or is it just talk? We all know lots of people can talk about lots of things, but you actually live by it. Which means the talent war starts with purpose, starts with what's your position on some of these topics, and do you walk the talk?
Yes.
And then it comes to, what kind of a culture do you create? How much can I learn in this place? The reality is, again, in a volatile world, I don't think I know exactly what skills I need 2 years from now. The question is, can I keep learning?
Right.
And if I'm capable of learning, does the company create an environment of that learning? Is it collaborative? Does it use technology to learn continuously? And then, do I have access to real opportunities, very interesting opportunities that I can relate to, solve big problems that I can actually say I've solved this problem? I mean, we are working with some clients to improve carbon footprint of their equipment out in the field. A large turbine, an engine, manufacturing large equipment. And our people, when they do analytics to find a way to reduce carbon footprint, they feel very excited, not just because the work is exciting, but actually they go back home and they talk about it to their parents and they talk about it to their spouses, to their children. That's what I think it takes. Apart from everything else, you've got to do lots of other things.
All right, well, Tiger, always wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Jody, thank you so much, and it's so good to be back here, as I said.
Great to be in person.
Thank you.
Thank you.